Te Wero 2017 inspired Māori leadership in education.
Tēnā tātou e te whānau. Haue, hikama. He pai te kōrero mō te flow I te mea kei te āhua wera ki roto nei, ki roto I te whare. And so we want to be like flow and like water, and if you can channel it, ka tika. Ko ai tēnei, ko Taina Moetara tēnei e mihi atu ana ki a koutou, ai e tika ana, ko au te kai kōrero mō te iwi o Rongowhakaata. I was given the honour, if you can call it that, to come in and talk to you about Rongowhakaata, and there's a lot of things going on here. But before we do, I just wanted to tell you this little story, actually. Hold on, it's how we're working this bugger. Someone said, push that down and push play. There we go. That's our river. That's the Te Arai River. Nice flow, a little bit green there. I want to tell you this story. There's these two fish, and they're quite young fish, and they're swimming down from the headwaters of the Te Arai River. And on their aspiration is to get to the big wide ocean. And on the other way, coming up from the ocean, is an older fish. And the older fish meets them and says to them, "Hey, young'uns, good morning. How's the water today?" And carries on swimming. And the young fish turn around and look at each other and go, "Well, what the hell is water?" And that's the beginning of my kōrero. Something about, we find ourselves in times where we can't see the water that we're swimming in. And something of a practice of coming up and out so we can see what it is that we're dealing with and we can make some changes. Ka pai, that's the beginning. I'm here to talk to you about he rautaki kia ora ai te reo o Rongowhakaata, a strategy about the revitalisation of Rongowhakaata language. In order to do this, I want us to be in the practice of feeling and seeing the water that we're swimming in. Ka pai? So we're going to take a little time to sort of orient, to prepare ourselves for this kōrero. People might be asking, "Oh, why is Taina speaking about Rongowhakaata reo?" I'm not the best reo speaker in the world, and I'm definitely not an expert in Rongowhakaata reo. But if I was to think about it, I think there's some things that I do that is a bit different. And it's okay to be different. I've been different all my life. So one of the things that I'm an absolute advocate for is to be able to, as I said, be in the practice of seeing the water that we're swimming in. And it takes practice. Number two, I'm really a biggie on growing the capacity for learning. And if we've got so many experts in the room, it's really tricky to be learners. So the other thing is, that I'm a real advocate for, and it's sort of shaping out in this room, I think the bigger the diversity, the more learning or the more capacity that you have to have in order to learn. And when I think about Rongowhakaata now, we're diverse as a group. Yeah, we're very diverse. I'm interested in growing the potential for the whole group. That's really important. So I'm not just talking about the people that live in Manutuke. I'm talking about people who are outside of Manutuke. I'm talking about our taurahiri overseas. I'm talking about our whānau who are not Rongowhakaata, who are married into Rongowhakaata. I'm talking about our whānau who are on the other side of the bridge. Not quite, like Mātai was supposed to be here first. Where is he? I'm interested in how our strategy and our thinking can help grow the whole. I've put this in here because I know there's probably a few experts in the room, but I want us to be careful about experts, because sometimes we get experts to tell us something that we should already know, and often we're not organised enough to actually learn the thing that we already need to know. So watch out for experts and enigmatic leaders who sometimes dummy down the group. Kua whakaaro nei so. To value distinction, to be different, to be diverse, to be not afraid to stand out. Manu tuke is something means to me that gives me the mandate to stand in my own difference and be distinct. To play. I'm Taina, I'm a younger brother. My older brother is Johnny. He works here at the Wānanga o Aotearoa. And he has to shoulder responsibilities of being the older brother. For me, as the Taina, I can sort of play around a little bit with those responsibilities. I can challenge and be a bit edgy, and I like to do that. I think there's a role in provocations and challenge, because it means that we're not stuck with the status quo. And we all know that we need to change some things because things are not quite working. So part of that and the feeling of that, though, is not about being an adversary or I think part of it is about playing and being free to play and express. I'm a performing artist. I've been a performing artist all my life. To me, that means something which is probably less about the performance side and more about what are you drawing on in order to perform. So when I speak about Rongowhakaata, we've got two parts to our name. We've got the rongo bit and we've got the whakaata bit. And sometimes I think we're overly doing it on the whakaata bit, not enough rongo in our practice. So what I know about metaphor, as a performing artist, a metaphor, it's such a beautiful language. Because if I said to you, my feet are really sore, do you know how sore my feet are? Well, you don't. But if I said to you, I'm walking on glass, I'm putting it out there that somewhere, at one time or another, you've been cut by glass. You know what it feels like. You don't know exactly how I feel or how my feet are, but you know a little bit more and you're a bit closer to me. That's what metaphor is. Everything in Te Ao Māori is metaphoric. That's not a mistake. Everything in Te Ao Māori is metaphor. Everything in Te Ao Māori is about making connection and relationship. That's a biggie. Everything about Te Reo is about making relationships and connections. So let's not be experts in just trying to bang out people who can speak here. They have to be connected here. Yeah? Marama? Cool. Anyway, that's the preparation, but we're just getting ready to get started. As a performing artist, I want to challenge, like I said, hey Auntie Mere, number one challenge of Te Toara Whiti. I want to challenge us a little bit. So I didn't know how we were going to do this, but I'm going to figure it out as we go along. There's a number of tables, and this is a matataki. It's called the Rongo versus Whakaata Challenge. And this is a game of speed charades. And how we're going to do this is I'm going to get a couple of helpers, 60 young men by the name of Morihu and Victor, and we're going to split them up. So Morihu, if you can come over this side, and Vic, if you can go towards that side, and I'll stand in the middle. So I've got some clues in my hand here. There's 5 clues, okay? This is a competition. It is a competition to see how awesome your table is. Your table is your team. And not only is your table your team, but, and I know we're all whānau here, however, we are playing for wins. This is about winning, okay, at all costs, if need be. So, what I have got in my pretty little hand here is I've got a clue. I've got 5 clues, actually. So, one person from your table will have to come up to myself, or Morihu, or Victor, and get the first clue. When the game starts, you're going to run back to your table, you're going to act your clue out. It is charades. So, in your charades, charades means no talking. So, you know, you can't go, car, it's a car, it's a car. Just, you know, be in the practice of learning how to communicate without using your voice. Trust your group. Trust your group. So, your group will guess your clue, and then once they guessed your clue, the next person will come up and they will get the next clue. Cool? And then it'll go like that until all clues are done. It's the first group that gets through all 5 clues. Are we ready? Because we've only got 20 minutes. Are you going to hold one of these? Yeah, that's the first clue. And go! Next one up, got to get the net. It's the first 5. First 5. You've got 5 clues. How are we going? He's winning. Just a hit, the weird song is not the clue. This is supposed to take 20 minutes is all I've got. Keep going, Father. We've got a monkey on 3. Looking for 5. We've got a group of 4. They're on the last one, I think. I think it's a race to the end. We're on 5 over here. 5th clue, 5th clue. got a winning group? All 5? Second group over here. First group over here. Yay, we got a third group coming in. All right, everybody. That's us. The game is over. Kia ora mai, everybody. E noho. Always does. The game is over. If you're still going, you've lost. Can we have a round of applause for the winning group? Is that table over there? That table who won. Be proud, show yourselves. Awesome. Okay, so we just there was a little bit of a game. That was a little bit of there was a little bit of fun, and it was a little bit of play. But now we're going to do some work. Yeah. So you've got a piece of paper in front of you. Each table has a little blank piece of paper. So I'm wanting to sort of hear a little bit about something of an experience that you felt within doing this game. Now, it could be you as a person that was guessing. It could be an experience that you felt as a person that was doing the communicating. So let's just hear a little bit in the room. Can you speak loud, unless you might need one of these? So, a word of an experience or something that you connected into. Yeah.
Expectation.
Yeah. Expectation. Who was expecting what? Like your group or yourself?
My group was expecting me to be good.
Awesome. On your piece of paper, can you write, there's a piece of paper somewhere, can you put expectation in big words so that everyone can see? Cool. Other words. Other experiences. Cool. Awesome.
Inspired.
Inspired.
Nā te mea, nā ngā pukenga o ngā...
O toropu.
Ai, o taku rōpu. Ngā momo pukenga katoa. Hoho, ka mau ki te wehi.
Ka pai, awesome. Inspired about the work of the group. So can you put that down on your piece of paper somewhere? Ka pai, Bells.
I'm frustrated.
Cool. Frustrated. What were you frustrated in, Bells? Just...
How to impart what the key note was with my group. And what
You must be a teacher, wanting to impart what you know on a group of people. Awesome.
Failed.
Frustrated. Can you put that word down, please? Some more? Cool, there's some down there. Thanks. Anxiety. Awesome. Yeah, and what were you anxious about? Expectations. Beautiful, beautiful. We got one more down there?
Yeah, it was fun.
Fun. Absolutely fun. So can you, as a table, just put one word on that piece of paper? And it should be somewhere on your paper. One word. We're going to move. I want to give you something, a little bit of information about this work. So, kia ora mai. So, Rongowhakaata, the tipuna, was, we know Rongowhakaata as a tribe. It's quite a small tribe, eh? We got big cousins all around us. So that's something about the way and why this strategy is important. The other thing about Rongowhakaata is named after, if you like, a deity of child of Rangi and Papa, a deity of wānanga, Rongowhakaata. That makes me think a lot about what wānanga looks like. The deity of wānanga and how learning occurs. Interesting, huh? So we've been exploring with your words the qualities of tū and of rongo. Hey, some of them, like words like fun, words like anxiety, they are degrees of qualities of tūmatauinga. Now, we all have tūmatauinga inside of us. We all have rongo inside of us. We have access to all of those things. This is just a sort of a window in that we can sort of start naming some of our experiences and starting to give them some type of shape. So if you had words that your table has selected that you know is a quality of tūmatauenga, can you just like put your hands up? Put your words up? Put your word up. Competition. Fun, play. If you had a word that is more like the quality of rongo, can you put your hand up? So we had a word here, sort of being able to be inspired. Bay? Perseverance. Words about digging deep. Other words. Ko ka Karen? Mahi aropu. Working together. Remember when I said trust your group? How many of you did? So qualities of rongo, qualities of tū. What I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to sort of move and I'm not going to move you anymore. So, but I'm wanting to sort of paint a little bit of a picture about what I think our strategy is about as Rongowhakaata. So, what I'm going to call is map a tū and a rongo continuum. So, the rongo, I'm going to place all the rongos kind of down this end of the room. And then as we come through, I'm going to sort of start moving out towards tū. Now, you get an idea of why I'm doing that, eh? Why I'm placing rongo down this end of the room? Clues? Why I'm putting tū more down this end of the room? Tūmatauenga te marae ātea ki waho te whare. Hey, te pau tuarongo at the back of the whare. So this is why I'm calling it a continuum, because I'm going, it's from, it's not a static thing. You're not either in rongo or you're in tū. You're always in both. You're always working it out. Sometimes, though, you're more in your Zen moment and you're able to receive more. Sometimes you're in your competitive moment and you have to drive more. Yeah? Human. So we have rongo down this end, and then we start moving towards tūmatauenga as we go out the gate. The further out we get, the more in tū we get. My thoughts is always that, like I said at the beginning, I think we're always in whakaata, or we're in lots of whakaata. Whakaata is a quality of tū, means to show. Okay, we want to be able to cultivate our relationships back to connection and back to source. Who are we? Who are we? Who is my whare? What is my whare in representation of? Use the mic. So, I brought a couple of things to help me point this picture out. This nappy. It's actually a whenua. It's my baby's whenua. When I think about my babies, I think about that iho that comes out of the whenua. And I think about me as a person who has an iho as well to whenua. And when my whenua is connected firmly in knowing who I am, I can lean out stronger into the world of tū. Marama? I'm going to put that down at the pautuarongo of the whare, just so that you get an understanding of kind of a physical space of what I'm talking about. Can I just put this somewhere down here? Would someone look after my baby's whenua? Kapai. Thank you, Orbs. You still with me, eh? Cool. Not too much longer. My grandparents. And the heart of my house, they're my heart. Yeah, they're the reasons about why I'm doing things. And a whare, they would be the pautoko manua. I'm going to give them to my auntie if she can hold this. Right? Over here, I would say this is hue. It's been painted up. We used it for performance for Tū Te Manawa Maurea. I'm going to put this more towards this way. As an expression. Oh, can you hold this for me? As an expression of another po. We've got 3 po in the room. Po tuarongo, po tuku manawa, po tahu. Kapai? When I orient myself into my whare as Rongowhakaata, I want to know that I'm oriented in and I'm walking into the whare, but my sight is on po tuarongo. My connection, my identity. So I'm going to pōhiri my way in, which, you know, we know how to do this tairawhiti. We pōhiri our way in, orient our way in, but I don't think we do it really enough, you know, when we're talking in group. And we get down to the Poutuarongo, and we touch Poutuarongo, and I know who I am at this point because I'm connected to a specific site, specific place, space. I know who I am in this place. And as I'm walking back and I'm turning back out, I'm heading back out there again. Eh? So the whole thing is, from outside, we come to the whare, we ruku pō, and we jump into the whare. We touch the Poutuarongo of the whare, we turn around, we come back out, and we're back outside. And we now know how to whakaata who we are stronger in the world. I got a 2-minute call. That's to me, that's what it looks like. It looks kind of like a flash 8 on its side. A framework of response, orient, rukupo, connect to source, prepare forward, clocking in the heart, coming out and whakaata, stronger in the world. It's an iwi engagement signature. Sorry. So I just want to check. How are we going? We're with something? We're learning something? Understanding something? Something about an approach? There's no detail in this. I hate detail. But you understand something of the heart of what we're wanting to achieve? Anything that you're thinking about your own context? Cool. Kei te pai. I began with saying, he rautaki kia ora ai te reo Rongowhakaata, and I think that's true in a few we're sort of talking about a tairawhiti contract thing. But actually, what I think I'm really talking about is ko te reo, he rautaki kia ora ai a Rongowhakaata. And that's slightly different. And I think that's more the area that we need to be looking at. Just one more. That's our babies looking up at the tree. Tēnā tātou.
Everybody, that was quite interesting. For me, it was in our context as teachers. For me, it's about grounding our tamariki in their identity, and their language and their culture, and just having those key points at school where we can ground our tamariki to be firm in who they are, be able to step out into the world as our rangatira of our hopo. So thank you very much for sharing everything with us today. Thank you.